Hello, and what is up, good people of YouTube? It has certainly been a while, and I quite frankly was just sitting here. It is currently, I think, 8 a.m., and I was like freeballing an idea of that shelf, and it's kind of a new addition in my life. I didn't have a shelf. I collected like manga and shit in my room in my old house like for about a year or two. Never really had a bookshelf. My dad said that I should get one, but we never really like thought of it. Uh, and when we moved, there was a bookshelf that just like wasn't being used at the house, or my parents, since they moved downstairs, they didn't really have room for a bookshelf, and so they just kind of gave this one to me. Uh, and I've had this for about 6 months now. It's very nice having this bookshelf because it was a pain in the ass trying to put all these things in one nice, neat spot when I frankly didn't have the fucking room. So I want to show it off. Oh my god, you know what? This works. I'm not gonna show you what's at the top shelf because this is very personal things. For example, there's a picture of my fourth grade class, my brother's graduation photos, a picture of my grandfather, and my diploma. My diploma's up there. I graduated. Yes. I'm gonna make a video on that hopefully soon. But here is the second shelf. I don't know if it's obvious, but I collect manga here, and you can probably tell which series out of all of them is my favorite. JoJo's is easily my favorite anime series that I've ever watched. One of my favorite series ever. And if you ask me to name my favorite part, quite frankly, I'm going to tell you that's like picking a favorite child. So, I love the series to death, and I've been collecting it. This is the first like series I collected. I got this all the way back in November of 2021. This was my first manga I ever collected. So, yeah, there's that terrific series. If you have not watched or read JoJo's, Jesus Christ, go ahead and do that like right now. And right above it is Vagabond. This is more of a recent one for me because I got this my first mall trip with my girlfriend, and I think Vagabond's a great story, especially if you're big onto like Japanese history. It's about Musashi Miyamoto, and it's a very philosophical story, really, and the art's fantastic. The guy who made it, Takahiko Inoue, is a great artist. And down here is Soul Eater. Soul Eater's not like a series I'm huge in. My friends all the way back in like 2021, they said, you know, man, if you like JoJo, you should watch Soul Eater. I gave it a try. I kind of gave up like right before the 10 episode mark, and then I watched it again. And you know, yeah, it really is quite good, and especially because I liked Fire Force, which the creator also made. I really started to enjoy it a little more. It's definitely not for everyone, but it's got a good aesthetic and shit. Dorohedoro is an incredibly great looking story. Kyuhei Ishida has probably one of my favorite like art styles out of any mangaka ever. It looks so cool every time. The story's a little complicated for me though, because I'm very simple and stupid, so it was hard to follow, and I kind of gave up at about like 16 or so volumes. But I am collecting it, and I think it looks great. Bleach here was my first ever big three. You know, the big three being Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. Usually people start with Naruto, but I started with Bleach because I'm friends with a really big like Bleach super glazer, and quite frankly, I started watching it, and I thought it was okay, and then I just started reading the manga because I like Kubo's art style. I think it looks really cool and very simple, and I loved the manga. I finished it in like under a month. That's how much I loved it, and it's like 70 volumes. And One Piece here is actually a series I am currently watching. I'm going to read it as well. And great story, big epic story. Obviously, you know, even if you don't watch anime, you know what One Piece is. You know it's about this guy and his merry band of pirates and trying to find the One Piece, which may even not be real. And I'm gonna go down one here. Oh, let me get up my knees. Here's my more comic one. I got Batman Arkham Asylum. Terrific story, great art, and I love it so much. I got that for like $35 Comics to Games. Holy shit! I knew it was an immediate steal the second I saw it. And then I have these two. I have Daredevil and Dark Avengers. I'm gonna be honest, I really haven't read most of these. I definitely plan to. The beginning of the Daredevil one's really, really cool. I haven't even started the Dark Avengers one. I'm in the middle of reading this Dawn one here. I was looking for a story with good art, and the guy at Comics to Games said you should get Dawn. And I said, oh, okay. And it's Image Comics, which is popular for Invincible and Spawn and the Max. So, you know, trusted. Kingdom Come by Mark Waid here. Really, really great, really good looking story. Mark Waid's he's a fucking maniac. He is so passionate about what he does that he goes through like incredibly grueling things to even get it to look right. And Sandman here, I was recommended to get by my friend Caleb. He's great. He knows a lot about comics and shit. And Neil Gaiman, he made Coraline. He apparently did some bad things, but quite frankly, Sandman and Coraline to make up for it. Once again, great illustration, very philosophical. And then I got Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, which is just a series of like Wolverine stories that don't really go anywhere for like. Well, they're like mini stories. They're like I forgot what the like phrase is called, but they're like really, really mini stories and like 20 pages each, and they're all in black, white, and red. Pretty cool. One of my first dive-ins for the character. I have Will Foxy here too. He keeps these up. I got a little mini one too. My ex gave that to me. And I have Snicked here, which is a Wolverine story by the creator of Blam. He, first of all, the illustration is fantastic. I love this cover as well. This is a great cover. I'm not going to show it to you or open it up. I'm literally afraid to touch this because it is crumbling on the inside. It is in tatters, and I hate that. I got this online, and quite frankly, it pisses me off how easily it just like started ripping up. I literally have it taped. And I don't want to touch it. I don't want to like break it. And here is the only vinyl I own. I know if you've watched my Metal Journey video, you know that System of a Down is one of my favorite bands of all time. They were my first favorite band, and my friend Mason got me this, I think for like a late birthday gift one year. Only record I own. I don't have a vinyl player, so that's really why I don't like collect them. I might buy some later on, but this is just good to have for now, in my opinion. And down here, very last shelf, that what you just saw, a very, very brief glimpse of, was a portrait, a like framed portrait of that, what I just showed you, is a framed portrait of my first grade class, and all the names and shit. Really, really good, like, positive comments they made about me, and it was kind of just put on, like, a nice frame. If you see my older videos, you would see that, like, hung up. You would see this hung up, and quite frankly, if you haven't seen my old videos, because I know some of you came from high school, and you don't know where, the Cameron Jesse name came from. I've had this YouTube channel for a while. You'd probably see that hanging up. And this is this is a Joey Jordison mask I made for Dia de los Muertos in my Spanish class. She kind of just let me make it. I don't think anyone even knew what it was. It was fun making it though, and I think it looks relatively okay. I'm not an artist by any means, but I think it looks cool. And I just recently made this in my French class before I graduated. I like the colors on it. It makes my brain spin, and I think looks good on the Joey Jordison mask. Oh shit! Wait, hold on. Wait. I think that's the best we're gonna get because I can't really hold on to it nice. But yeah, that's really it. Thank you for watching and stuff.